digital rupee and it will start from next year. And you've reflected that in the finance bill. You've also taxed cryptocurrency, but there's no regulation. So how are you going to work on that? I'm a little bit keen to understand that. And the other issue, of course, is that in your speech, which was very well put, there was one key issue which affects all of us, including you, inflation. How are you going to deal with that?
First thing, Sunil, I said the Reserve Bank will be issuing a digital currency. Currency becomes a currency is a currency only when it is issued by the central bank, even if it's a crypto. By anything which is outside of that, loosely all of us refer it to be cryptocurrency, they are not currencies. So let's first understand we are not taxing currency that is yet to be issued, and that provision is now made, and a currency in the name of digital rupee will be issued. Exact name you'll get a bit later, but Reserve Bank is the one which is going to issue it. And what Reserve Bank issues is the digital currency. Everything that prevails outside of it in the name of digital whatever are assets being created by individuals. And in transacting that asset, if there are profits being made, we are taxing that profit at 30%. We are also tracking every trail of money in that by saying every transaction will be 1% TDS, if I can use that expression. There will be a transaction, TDS imposed on every transaction in the crypto world, any transaction that is happening outside. So the distinctions are very clear. Currency is only with the Reserve Bank. That'll get issued sometime this year. The transaction happening in the crypto world are of different kinds of assets, and for that, every transaction gets taxed.
So that's not regulated. That was my question.
But we have circulated a paper. Inputs are coming in. Public stakeholders are also talking about it. So regulation goes through that process. I don't wait till regulation comes into place for taxing people who are earning profits, can I? Well, every budget doesn't speak explicitly about inflation and its impact, but of course, if you're talking of numbers, money, credit, liquidity, and also supply and demand of essential goods and others, you keep in mind inflation.
Okay. 11.
मैम, मैं आमिर हूँ न्यूज़ नेशन से। बहुत सारी चर्चा इस बात को लेकर चल रही हैं कि जिस तरह से इनकम टैक्स को लेकर के उम्मीद की जा रही थी काफी समय से, तो इस बार इनकम टैक्स को
बढ़ाने का
टैक्स को कम नहीं किया गया, कॉर्पोरेट को के टैक्स को कम किया गया।
बढ़ाने का उम्मीद है तो मैं बढ़ा नहीं दिया मैंने।
लेकिन ऐसा मैम ऐसा क्या हुआ कि टैक्स में कोई भी रिबेट नहीं मिली? आम जनता जो पब्लिक खासतौर पे सैलरीड क्लास है उसको बहुत उम्मीदें थी इस बार बजट से।
मैंने टैक्स इंक्रीज नहीं किया, वो बात मैं दोहराना चाहती हूं। लास्ट ईयर भी, इस साल भी एक भी पैसा टैक्स के द्वारा मैंने एडिशनली कमाने के लिए कोई कोशिश नहीं की। पिछले बार प्रधानमंत्री जी का आदेश था कि डेफिसिट कितने भी क्यों ना हो, पैंडेमिक के समय जनता के ऊपर टैक्स का बोझ डालना नहीं, वही इंस्ट्रक्शन इस बार भी। इसीलिए हमने टैक्स के द्वारा कोई पैसा कमा करके पैंडेमिक के समय जो डिमांड्स एंड चैलेंजेस है हमारे ऊपर, उसको कोई उससे राहत ढूंढने का अटेम्प्ट भी नहीं किया। टैक्स इंक्रीज नहीं हुआ।
1 to 4.
Good evening, ma'am. Hello. Good evening, ma'am. Shishir.
Shishir.
Yes, Shishir.
Ma'am, there is a one particular announcement which you made about the blended and non-blended petrol and diesel, that additional or the differential 2 rupees thing. Does this mean that all the petrol and diesel sold by petrol pump, except those who are not blended, from October 1, 2022 will be costlier?
We certainly want to encourage blended fuel. That's a simple message in that. Anything else you want to add, Tarun?
We have discussed with the Ministry of Petroleum. We have also collected data on what is not being blended, and this is something to push the petroleum companies to ensure that they do the blending. So our desire is not to collect this tax because it will be very minimal, but the desire is that the blending happens, and to that extent it benefits the country.
कोरोना धर्म नहीं देखता, जात नहीं देखता, अमीर गरीब ऊंच नीच नहीं देखता। कोरोना सिर्फ मौका देखता है, लेकिन आप उसे मौका मत दीजिए। बस इतना कीजिए, जब कभी दफ्तर से बाजार से घर लौटिए तो इतना ख्याल जरूर रखिए कहीं आपके साथ कोरोना आपके घर तो नहीं जा रहा। भूलिए मत, कोरोना अभी जिंदा है।